Hi friends, this is Gail O'Neill, and I teach stamping. I hope you enjoy. You know, silhouette stamping is when you stamp something in black. I think one of the cards I am, but I want to show you that you can turn almost anything into a silhouette stamping. Plus, I'll be doing a little background stuff. You know, I love my backgrounds. So these are two of the sets I'm using. Enjoy Life, and then some Waterfront, which I haven't touched in a while. Hi, Darlene and Stacy and Susie. I'm making apple cake tomorrow, Susie. Susie cream cheese. Okay, so if you remember this card from a couple weeks ago, now what I just do with the thing? Oh, right. So I have this other one that I never turned into a card, but let me show you what you can do with it. So instead of bleaching it, you would just take it with a black marker. And I do believe you can use the blends also. Maybe I'll do one of them with the blends, and I use this for all my cards. I'm not being very neat either. So you just go around and like I kind of outline parts of it and then fill it in. So I'm going to take it down here and there and fill her in. You can do a few like flicks down at the bottom. So now, same card, but it's a silhouette image. Pretty, right? Hi, Diana and Tina. BJ, I miss you. Okay, so that's just like a little quickie additional something. So I'm going to do this one first. So, you know, my 5 by 3 3/4. I very rarely change from that. How's your hand doing? I hope it's healing. And you go to those physical therapists that I went to. They're very good. Very good. Okay, so we're going to start out. Let's see. This card, we need I have these stupid ink things in piles. That's for another one. But this one is not in the pile. Hi, Trudy. Oh, good. I'm glad you're healing. Hi, Linda. Okay, so we need the purple, we need the blue, and we need a green, which also had blue on it. So I might end up taking this nice clean piece and using that because I kind of got away from myself when I was playing. And I need a blank. And don't freak out what I do. I swear it didn't hurt anything. Okay, so where'd it go? I'm going to take some glycerin. And I'm going to start out with the green. And I think I want the Mossy Meadow. Yeah, it's kind of what I used. So I'm going to put a little glycerin on it. Ooh, it's turning green. And we'll see if we get a true green or a little bit of blue. So I'm going to put a little ink on it. And I'm going right into my ink pad because whether you know it or not, our inks have some glycerin in them. So I don't see where it hurts it. But you could do something different. So putting the green there. Now, the purple I know already has some glycerin, so I'm going to see how it goes on, and if not, I'll add a little bit more. Oh yeah, I think I want more. Okay, so we're going to add a little bit more glycerin to that. Because we want this nice and bold. And I really didn't want those circles in there. Sometimes I forget to go side to side instead of circling, but that might just add to the image. So I'm going down into the green just a little bit, just so it doesn't look like not blended. All right, and then, oh, a smudge. Then we're going to take the blue, and for that I use Night of Navy. And this I want not too dark. And this should have a little bit more glycerin on it already. Oh, let me go straight instead of, I just tend to swirl, circle. I can't help it. I can't. I just can't. All right, so we go down into the purple. Then I'm going to bring back that purple sponge and go up into the blue. Let me just grab a little bit more ink on that, because you don't want it to look like line, line, line either. Okay, so we've got that one. So now let's find the little horsey. And I'm going to take black ink. The finale is my favorite one. Card number 3. What's behind? Whoops. So I am going to stamp that basically in the middle. And it doesn't matter if it's, you know, comes out lighter than you want it, because we're going to take that marker and we're going to color everything in. This should have been the one that I tried with the blends, which I'm sure will work also. I don't see why they wouldn't. But I know the color will be different if I switch now. So I'm not switching. This is such an old marker. I should replace it. The tip is so bad. So the big parts are really easy. It's these little ones. But it's still easier than trying to shade and do all that fun stuff that I love to do too. Okay, and then You could leave it, but in my eyes, I didn't like, seeing the ink with the horse. So I just kind of flicked in a little bit of color into the mane. And then again into the tail. Just to cover some of that light. That light ink. I probably could do that too, which I didn't before. Hope it doesn't look like a big turd coming out his butt. No, it kind of looks okay. Did I say that? Yeah, I did. Sorry, Mom. Okay. So yeah. Barring any spots I missed. Okay, so then we're going to take, where'd it go? Where'd it go? It's here somewhere. Oh, there it is, hiding. Oh, is this the one I was thinking of changing? This could be the one. I was thinking instead of just breathe, that I would change it to enjoy the little things right there, and everything else will work out. Now, doesn't that seem great for what's going on? Let's enjoy the little things. Everything's going to work out. So I am going to do that. But I want the better ink. So now you know a tree is going into one of the other ones, because that's where I have it. So let's do that. Enjoy the little things. I'll do that on an angle. And before I actually put that down, I wanted to go over like this black. I mean, I could have omitted it when I stamped it, but I didn't either time. So I'm just gonna put in some green scribbles there. Okay, now we can do this one. So let's ink that again, make sure I have it right, and everything else will work out. I like it. All right, so now that usually stays wet a minute, this ink. I did smudge one. I'll show you when I get there. I was a little mad when I did that. Yes, I get mad at myself. Anybody else do stupid things when they're stamping? I do stupid things all the time. But if I do any on camera, it's April Fool's, so it's just a joke. Okay, and then we're going to take this, and first, oh, here it is, April Fool's. I think I need a new ink already, a new glue already. I got a spot there. You had to see my hands earlier. Somehow I got this bracelet, the beads, into one of the ink pads, and then I had lines like all over my arm. It was kind of amusing. Okay, so let me see if I can get that smudge gone. Yes. Okay, so that is card number 1, the silhouette horsey. Okay, card number 2 So this time I'm using the glimmer paper because, did I do it with alcohol? I think so. I think I did. Okay, so this has alcohol in it. And I'm changing, I'll show you, this is the card, but I want to do it a little bit different. So I'm changing it up a little with the colors. So I have to look at it. So again, I'm using the Mossy Meadow, and I'm going to put some alcohol right down into it. And it's really a weird color that it gets this bluish green to it, but then when you put it on, it's totally different. Unless I mix something in there with it, and I don't know, because you never know with me. I did put some blue, but there's not enough to do this to it. I think it's the reaction to the alcohol, because you can see it turning like an olivey color again as it dries. It's so weird. And here it's like a little bit brown with the alcohol as it dries. Just a little different. Okay, so we've got that. Then I'm going to clean it off, and I'm going to take some Pacific Point. Okay, so we're going to put that here. I'm just hoping this doesn't turn out to be an April Fool's, because I'm experimenting here. Okay, then we're going to take the purple. And let me clean this off again. And I think I have to add more alcohol to it. Oops. Let me just squeeze some in there. Okay, so I'm going to put some purple. Then we're going to do some more blue. But which blue do I want? Let's try this one. Oh yeah, it's empty. Okay. So I use 91% alcohol. There it is. So I'm just going to try and fill this neatly. The worst that can happen is it gets on my hands and dripping down below. And I'm sterilized. There we go. Free of germs. Free. I'm free. Okay, so then you just screw this back on. So why are you using alcohol with watercolor inks? Because like I actually made my own alcohol inks in bottles. I just haven't done a video on them yet. But what happens is it dries faster than using water. So like a lot of times when I do an image, I can then just put in a quick little sky with balmy blue or something, and going over the ink, it doesn't, like if I hit it, it doesn't smear it. because the alcohol is the opposite of the water. I don't want that to be too dark. Oh, that's going to be perfect. But this really dries fast, so you don't have to take the heater to it or, you know, sit and wait where you do if I were to use water. Not that I don't use water, I do, for different things. Okay, and this dries like so quick that it evaporates. It doesn't do anything to your ink pads. At least it hasn't to mine. Okay, so hopefully this is gonna look like I want it to. We'll find out in a second. So I am taking basic gray and the mountain stamp. And I want that about there. So I'm stamping them like on top of each other to give it like a better look. So there's my sky above that. It did what I wanted. Okay. Then we are going to take these plants. Oh no, let me stamp the little person first. And I think I am going to do that in that really good ink too, even though it doesn't dry as fast. Okay. So I'm going to stamp the image right there. Hold it for a second. There was a hair. A hair. Okay, then I'm going to do some of that. And I do believe that's all dry. So I'm going to take that and glue that down. And then I'm going to do the Just Breathe on this one. All right, this stamp set is Enjoy Life. Here's the girl. The Just Breathe, where did that come from? That comes from, I've got the piles of stamps here. Hold on one second. Okay, Just Breathe comes from Colorful Seasons, right there. Because for tonight, I was really looking for things that have some inspiration to us feeling better about everything that's happening around us. That's what my motive was. So I started looking through everything. I don't know where I put anything. See, it's another April Fool's. April Fool's. All right, I got this one. Okay, and then we can glue that down. Yeah, I'm grabbing another one. Yeah, I do go through a lot of dimensionals and a lot of glue, but also I make a lot of cards. And I was planning to do some flea markets, but yeah, that didn't happen because of all this nonsense. All right, so this I'm going to put here. This I'm going to cover up and I can bang it another day. And we're going to put that right there. Yeah, that purple worked out exactly what I wanted it to do. So here is the first one. And that's what I say, you know, how when I stare at my cards long enough and then I know I want to make changes. So this was one of those times. Okay, so we've got card number 2 done. Let's go for card number 3. And I'm not showing you. That one I got fingerprints on. I was not happy. Not happy at all. Okay, so I cut a 2 1/4 inch circle out of this masking paper. It's actually Avery light tack label. It's a full sheet label. So I am going to put that, I think about there will work. And with this, you don't have to really be exact. So let me put the purple away. I need that yellow, and I'm missing the light yellow. Oh, I used that. Yeah, my soft subtles, like I am missing so many of those. So I have to make labels and fill that box. Okay, so I took, where's the other pile? Here it is. I took So Saffron. I can get rid of that one. So Saffron and colored inside that circle. Sponged. Okay, so we're done with the So Saffron. So we're going to peel off this mask. It really does stick. Then I'm going to take the circle. Let's see if there's a piece. Nope. And, oh yeah, there was. Off with you. So now I'm going to cover that circle. Oh, maybe I did use glycerin for this one. Duh, we'll find out in a second. So now I have crushed curry. We will find out in a second. I think I did because I could tell the way the ink is going on. Okay, so we've got that. Now I am going to take, this is terracotta tile. So I'm just going around. I'll bring it slightly around the crushed curry. Okay. Then we're going to use some old olive. And yeah, we're going to use another sponge. Because who knows? Oh yeah, we need some glycerin. My sponges need to be juiced up with glycerin. Oh, you do small festivals? Yeah, I was so looking forward to doing some. Figured I'd sell some of my cards and introduce myself to people in Northport. Okay, so now we're going to remove this mask. Oh, a little bit over. That's all right. Where's the here's another one of those April Fools. But that's good, coming down on the setting sun. Okay. So now we're going to take the elephant. Oh, I'm going to use this one. No smearing. We don't want smearing. And they're going to go right there. Then I'm going to bring in, because I don't trust myself getting this straight or inked up good enough, I should say. So I'm just going to put this in here like that. I want the tree to be partly off. And this tree is from Rooted with Nature. So it doesn't have to be like bold, bold, bold black, but you don't want missing parts or really grayed out spots. Hi, Jackie. Hi, Anne. Hi, Ivy. Okay, so I'm just going to take that and wipe it. And if you've never seen the ink cleaner, This is Stamp Cleaning Pad, and it is amazing. So then I just take this and wipe that off, and it'll take the blackest or reddest stained stamp and clean it almost totally clean. And then I just spritz it with a little bit of water and just wipe it again, just so whatever chemical is on there is off. Okay, so we can get rid of the Stamparatus now. And then we're going to color in. So let me try it. I'll try like a little piece. Yeah, it works fine. So you can do it either with the regular markers or with the alcohol markers. So I want to get the basic shapes, and then I'll go back and fill in sorry little baby that I'm covering you up like this. And then we're going to do the same to the mama. Just give it a good outline. So there's a little bit here that doesn't get done. I was a little scared when I was doing this. I was like, is it even going to look like? Actually, I think I like the regular marker better, because through this I'm seeing the lines where I didn't with the regular marker. So I may go over this again quickly. So I don't know if I'd have to do, because you can layer alcohol markers, but you know, why have to do it 2 or 3 times? Yeah, this looks like just a bad coloring job. Just saying. Oh, look, I colored in my elephants. All right, so I'm going to go over it with this, because the red is peeking through and it doesn't with this. But second time's a charm. It's not going to be as hard. I think I made her ear too square somehow. Don't worry, it's April Fool's. Am I wearing that out yet? Yeah, you can see the difference, I'm sure, from there. How like this looks gray and this is black. Okay. So then again, I took the green marker with the fine point and did some scribbling underneath them. And then this got layered onto a piece of black. And this one, we're going to stamp with Simply Thankful for All the Good Things. That's what we all have to be thankful for, the good things. Okay, this is going to go sideways. Very rarely do I do a sideways card, but this was already cardstock that was cut from a year ago in my scraps. And this was the last two pieces. So I'm so happy that I used it. So there is card number 3. So I'm going to quickly move some things around. Whoa. Take this away. Bring back. Oh, this was the original one I did, and I smeared the ink. Then I went to erase it, and because it had the glycerin, so it tore the paper up, and the fingerprint, but I'll be able to use it somehow. Okay, so there's that one. And then, oh, here it is. Duh. And then that one. So let me do one on each side. Yeah, like a little symmetrical. So I hope you enjoyed tonight. I know I did. This is such a great break for me to do these lives. And I'll be back again Saturday morning on my sharing page with some coloring. And then again on Sunday with, you know, my motto. I don't know what, but it'll be something. So thanks for joining me, everybody. And I will see you Saturday morning, Sunday night. Join me on both. And thanks again. Good night.